not ready.
Why?
Because it makes it much more fun. Welcome, everybody, to the podcast of Turtle Limit. We are paused for a second.
Hello, everyone.
Can you speak a little louder?
Maybe you gotta put the thing close to us.
All right. Here. It's in the middle. All right. Now before you sound off your coat, man. Yeah, that's right. Actually, that should be your text message from now on.
What, a Coke can opening?
Yeah.
That does make sense.
It does make sense. Makes a lot of sense to me.
How does it make sense?
It just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Pause for a Second, our podcast for Turtle Limit. Now, basically, we aren't really quick with the episodes, as some of you noticed. So, we're going to go ahead and just do a random podcast talking about random things for a random amount of time. Technically, 50 minutes or so. Or more. I don't know. How long do podcasts usually last?
Hours.
Well,
Sometimes days.
Hell, better get started then.
Yeah. As you can tell, I've been pulled away from my game just to be part of this.
No, nobody can tell because no one's seen what you've done all day today.
Of course.
I think you're just talking to me, as you can tell, I've had something important to do, and Blake just ruined everything. Man, today sucks, man. The rain is killing me.
Yeah.
It's putting everybody in a sour mood.
Of course.
Like, everybody's been yelling at me all day today. Via text messages, phones. It's been a very interesting day. I'd like to just announce that people are just bitter, and I don't know why.
I know why either. Me, I have an okay day.
Yeah. Since we both were around each other all day today.
Yeah. I have stuck running errands with this guy.
All right. Well, today, people, we got a few topics for you, and so, let's go ahead and just get right into it. Ryan, what do we got on our first topic that will be discussing today?
Let me close my phone app.
Yeah, I think are we discussing movie events today?
Yeah.
Okay, so movie events. So basically with movie events, people, it's basically movies that you and your grandmother and everybody else you knew saw it, and they were big event movies. A lot of these big event movies, they'd either have a different types of branding. People would, have them on advertising. They would be in, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. They'd be all over the place. Basically, we're going to talk about big event movies and what they do to the industry. So, I don't know, Ryan, if you could think of a big event movie right off the top of your head.
It's not a popular one, but I'd say it's the Twilight series.
Twilight series?
Yeah.
Now, why do you say Twilight?
Because even if you don't saw it, like I did, I never saw those movies.
Don't saw it?
Never saw it. Sorry.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Sorry, my train of thought shifted.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, even if you've never seen it, everyone who saw it told you what it's about or know what it's about.
Uh-huh.
You always know that one person who knows everything about it and will tell you about it. And it becomes like you become socially aware of what the gist of the series plot is.
Now, see, you're talking about culture phenomena. I'm talking about events. I'm talking about movies that people, they freak out for. I'll give you an example, marketing, and as an aspect of it. I think Independence Day is one of those big event movies. It's a movie that if you saw it today, you would go, this is really stupid, but everybody saw it. Everybody saw it in the 90s. Was it 94?
Right.
When was Independence Day? Was it 94?
No, 97 or 96.
When did your girlfriend see it?
Like
96. You got it right.
Yeah. Right when it came out in theaters.
Yeah, right when it came. So everybody and their grandmother saw that movie. I mean, they saw it all because it's released, July 3rd, 1996. And it's got an Academy Award for Best Visuals. Got to admit, when you watch it now, not so striking, but heck, it was a pretty interesting movie.
Yeah.
And so, excuse me. Sorry, everybody, I'm suffering here. Anyway.
I'll let him suffer.
Yeah, you would let me suffer, wouldn't you? Anyway. So, something like that would be a big event movie. Another movie that I think would be like a big event would be Star Wars Episode 1. Now think about it.
Yeah.
No. Think about it. 14 years without a Star Wars movie. Everybody had made up the prequels in their head, and by the time that movie came out, everybody was... Dude, we have video of guys freaking out freaking out about going to go see Star Wars. Insert clip.
You can't just insert clip in a podcast.
Yeah, I did. I just did. Because this is a podcast on YouTube. This ain't a podcast on, anything else.
Yeah, but most of the time people want to have their heads down.
Well, even if they have their heads down, this will give them something from a break of what they're actually doing.
I see. But yeah, anyway, with the... Sorry, I had to swig real quick. With,
You ain't swigging nothing but Coke.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Anyway.
You're a dork.
Yeah, so... Yes. Because, so Star Wars movie, there has been one since the original trilogy ended.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's going to be hype around it because basically it was like I said, it was a pop culture hit in the 70s and the early 80s.
Uh-huh.
And with that, there's
pop
just so
culture
much
hit. It was a phenomenon. You can't sit up there and tell me that nobody today is not inspired by Star Wars.
Moving on.
You're wearing a Star Wars shirt. Don't even start.
To my point, yes. So the hype will be the hunger for the sequel is there. So basically, it was the sky's the limit. We had a childlike wonder of the unknown. What's it going to be about? It was all as much of the trailers they showed.
But see, you're missing the point of what I say it was an event movie. But you're missing the point of what I said was an event movie. Was it not an event? It had nothing to do with it being a culture phenomenon. Yes, it was all that, but it was an event. People were set up to go see it because of the hype surrounding it, and everybody was marketing it. Yes. I'm talking about it was in Pepsi, it was on TV, it was everywhere. Everyone was marketing everything, and that's what to me an event. A movie that is hyped up to the point where it becomes something bigger of a movie. It's not a movie anymore, it's something big. It's something you go see, you dress up for, you go like... dude, when we went to go see Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Those people dressed in 60s outfits, that was very interesting.
It was very interesting, but once again, it's an event movie. It's one where people don't go in jeans, tennis shoes, or short skirts. They go in, they dress up, they paint, and they look like the characters and all that other stuff.
Right.
And I think you have another point right there, which would be when you talked about like legacy and stuff like that. Let's take James Cameron's Avatar. Let's take that movie.
What can be said about it that hasn't been said?
It's a terrible piece of filth.
It's not terrible. It's actually watchable. But if you're trying to stick for plots, I don't know why people try to stick for plots when most movies...
Because when somebody's looking at a masterpiece, they want story, plot, devices, things that aren't... They don't want Pocahontas the blue version. They just don't want that. People are so fickle. They want what they don't want, and then they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
People, to me, the reason why... Because everybody nitpicked Avatar because it was so successful. That's all.
Successful is a strong word. I mean...
It made near $3 billion worldwide. I got the stats right in front of me.
There's nothing else like it. I mean, the only thing coming close was Titanic.
Titanic?
Sorry, Rob. Leave me alone. So one part of this or not?
Well, yes. Part of it is bashing you for a little bit.
If I know this, I wouldn't have signed up.
Yeah, too late.
I'll take my first paycheck now.
Yeah, you're not getting paid, unfortunately.
I know.
Unfortunately so. But to me, it's like an event movie. That's kind of like... But that's not an event. That's more like pop culture phenomenon. Right. How... I want to say Aliens was kind of a pop culture, but it's more pop culture reference now.
I want to say Rocky because everyone, you hear the references, you know what it is.
Yeah, but once again, that's not an event movie. An event movie is like Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy to me is like an event movie because it was hyped up by Disney. Everywhere, it was everywhere. Some people cosplayed, some people didn't, and it was one of those things where everybody went to go see it.
Not to mention Daft Punk was in it.
Yeah, then Daft Punk was in it, so that was another promotion. Now let's talk about overhyped movies, if you want to talk about that. I mean, I was just looking at a list here, not of overhyped movies, but I think movies that are just absolutely god awful, but were hyped up to be something special. I'll give you one. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
King Kong. Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Well, it did follow the script loyally.
Yeah, but think about it. People back in the 30s were more easier to scare than they are now.
Right.
So you're not going to get that tension that you got, when in 1936. You're not going to get that type of wow factor. And then on top of that, no one was really impressed with the graphics back in 2005. They already seen what we could do with everything. You know?
Yeah. Well, you forgot about the bug scene? My God.
Well, that bug scene was tense, but it's one of those movies, if it was on TV, I would change the channel.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you saw it on Comcast and said, you know what, there's that, or I could just watch people fish for about 2 hours, you'd probably watch people fish, because it'd be more exciting.
No, I beg to differ. I would watch the gorilla movie.
Really?
Yes.
Well, maybe
maybe
that was just extreme. Maybe I should have said, maybe as I said, don't be a menace, you probably watch that.
No, I would skip.
Really? Don't you be hating on the Wayans brothers now.
I've never seen that movie. Therefore, I won't have interest in it.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm looking at the list. Did you know Naomi Watts was in it?
I've never heard that name.
Well, let's pull up the bio for Naomi Watts and let's see if we can just jog your memory a little bit. She's blonde. Keep that in mind. Well, did you see? No, you never seen Tank Girl, have you?
No, I missed that one.
That's actually by the dude who drew Gorillas.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that was his movie that he licensed out to, and that's why he hasn't made a Gorillas movie. Naomi Watts filmography. Thank you, Wikipedia. Let's see. Things you would have seen her in. Nothing. I mean, honestly, there's nothing here you would have watched that she's actually done.
Yeah, just one of those people.
Did you watch The Ring?
The Ring?
Yeah.
No.
The Outsider?
No.
21 Grams?
No.
Have you seen I Heart Huckabees?
No.
That's the one with also Jason Schwartzman's in there. He plays this guy who thinks somebody's trying to kill him, which is actually interesting.
All right, here we go. I got a list for you.
A list of what? Oh!
The Saw series.
Well, that is an event movie as far as everybody went to go see it.
Yeah.
Just for the roller coaster effect of killing.
Yeah. Seriously, you have to really twisted it.
No, seriously, Naomi Watts has not done anything you've seen.
Yeah. Okay, basically what I think with big movies like that, when you're talking about big event movies,
mm-hmm.
Are you talking about ones where it's...
Well, we're not on big event movies anymore.
No.
I mean, like, you can still go back, but I was I was just changing the topic to overhyped because I was looking at a list here.
Overhyped, you can do that for years.
You could do that for years. But I just want to do one more.
Okay.
Clash of the Titans. Have you ever honestly seen a movie so hyped, based on a movie that I personally like, because when I was a kid I saw that was my first Harryhausen movie I've ever seen.
Right.
I mean, have you ever seen a movie that was so hyped that it was just terrible?
Well, which one was that?
Dude, that was the one with Sam Worthington.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry.
And Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Liam Neeson didn't even say the line right.
Poor guy.
I know.
He's a good actor, too.
Liam Neeson is such a great actor, and he's in some of the worst movies. Clash of the Titans, Star Wars Episode 1.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Chronicles of Narnia. You wonder about Kingdom of Heaven. You wonder about his career. It's like great movie, but here, Liam Neeson, you can do one great movie that's going to be, awesome and a culture phenomenon, Taken, and then you'll have to do 6 or 7 bad movies, or movies that are okay. Schindler's List.
Well, you have to understand with movies, with actor careers, even if you get the roles, the big roles,
Mm-hmm.
it's still Russian roulette. You have to hope not only have to hope the director's right, but the producers, the editors, anyone who works on these projects.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of hope it all works out when it comes together.
It probably should.
There's been great, there's other great movies, ruined by ending, or ruined by an actor, or ruined by a scene, or they could have been. And there's other movies that are just they're good, but they're just underrated for some reason.
Give me an example of what you're talking about.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
But see, that's once again an event movie that was only an event movie for Comic-Con. It had reached once all the nerds at Comic-Con had seen the movie, it reached its peak. That was it. They weren't going to go pay to see it. They already seen it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I wonder how much that movie did make.
Not much. But it's too bad. It was really
to
good.
the internet.
If you ever get a chance, check out Scott Pilgrim. And if you're a Scott Pilgrim fan,
please buy the books. Please buy the movies. Give Brian Lee O'Malley all your money because he deserves it.
And remember, I love you.
Remember, Canada loves the world. That's why they don't go to war.
Let's not talk about Canada.
Canada's awesome.
They're the ones who got Pokemon XY 10 days earlier than everybody. Jerks.
Yeah, but they didn't. They were all dummy cases.
No, it was actually legit.
Who was really? Was it legit?
It was like mom and pop stores.
They had one job, Canada.
Yep. Well, unfortunately for those people, they've been fined out of business. So
Brandon Routh was in that movie.
Who the heck is Brandon Ralph?
Brandon Routh, Dylan Dog, and Superman Returns.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Man, did he just take a giant dump all over everybody?
Yeah.
Thanks for getting up there and completely screwing everything up. We appreciate that. You killed your career just like David. Was it David Kitch or Michael Kitch? The fool that was called the Kiss of Death.
I don't remember.
That fool that was on. He was on Battleship, man.
That was a blur. It was like Rihanna, and that was it.
That's because all anybody cared about. And I still got tons of pictures of her in that freaking military outfit.
You're crazy. You are crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, I am.
All right, here's a good one for you.
What's up?
Lord of the Rings series.
Lord of the Rings series. It only became an event because of freaking Orlando Bloom.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. No, I was kidding. Taylor Kitsch. That's who it was. This was going to bother me to know, and sorry about that. I had to look it up. Yeah, Taylor Kitsch. Yeah, no, I mean, Lord of the Rings, it's an event movie as far as it became a phenomenon. I'm talking about movies that are hyped up, before they even hit the stage, I mean, I guess, you could probably say Lord of the Rings. I don't want the nerds to kill me, so, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you're talking about overhyped notes. But the subject was...
I'm not talking about hype. I'm these movies are hyped up, so much so that everybody said, I'm going to go see that movie. Right. Like Dark Knight Rises. I mean, not Dark Knight... Well, Dark Knight Rises, yes.
And Dark Knight.
And Dark Knight. Well, Dark Knight caused it, and then Dark Knight Rises kind of had its own little thing going, too. Even though I think it's better than Superman.
Yeah.
That's right, I said it. Well, I think Dark Knight Rises is better than what you people say it actually is.
I gotta think about that.
It is better. I don't care what you say, it is better. Brandon Routh has a 2-year gap in his acting career.
After Superman?
Well, no, it's Superman Returns, then he kind of just sucked. And then it's Fling, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, Life is Hot in Cracktown, Stuntmen, and Table for Three, some Indian name I can't pronounce,
Okay.
Miss Nobody,
Oh dear.
The Informers, Unthinkable, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Dylan Dog, Dead of the Night, Crooked Arrows, and then at 2000, that's 2012 now. Now 2014 is number 9. I have no idea what that is.
We'll find out soon enough.
It says short production, post-production. It's a short.
Oh.
So he's basically not acting anymore.
Why do actors do shorts?
I mean, he's in the television show The Millers as a stripper. Dressed as a police officer. Now to go from Superman
to a stripper.
To a stripper. That has, that just shows your career right there. That basically takes a, Paris Hilton turn.
You sit there and watch yourself on TV doing this, and you think, where did I go on?
What happened?
And you look on your own wall, and there's a Superman poster of you.
And you go, I wonder why they gave me all that stuff. I wonder why did they give me all... Why did Warner Bros. Just shove all the entire costumes back into my face?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so... those are what I mean by event movies.
Okay. I guess you count Superman Returns as that.
Yeah, Superman Returns was an event movie. Spider-Man 3 is an event movie.
Yeah.
Because, Spider-Man 2 was so good even though it's terrible.
Oh, they also count Indiana Jones 4, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That's true. You can count that, but that movie doesn't exist. It's actually a fan film, and Lucas and Spielberg thought about making a fourth Indiana Jones movie, but Harrison Ford actually died in a horrible car crash on his way to go film Star Wars 7. So, it's a nice thought that you had that put that out there, but it's not a real film.
Denial.
It's absolutely denial. And if I keep denying it, it doesn't exist. Swinging monkeys from a freaking vine. Screw you, Shia LaBeouf. I'm sorry. Oh, man. I'm sorry. No. You can't make me admit that movie actually exists.
Which one?
Exactly.
Nah, forget. Just accept it.
I think The Wild Wild West is another one. An event movie?
Yeah.
I think it is because advertisement all through Burger King. Music soundtrack was everywhere.
Uh-huh.
It was advertised everywhere. Will Smith promoted the heck out of it.
Yes.
And Kevin Kline promoted the heck out of it. Selma Hayek was in it and showing off her tits and that, and everybody just went crazy for it.
Yeah.
So I think that to me that's an event movie. Now, hold on, let me get something.
Okay.
Well, no, you can continue.
I know. I'm trying to think about thinking back to Wild Wild West. Yeah. The movie's a big blur to me, and I can only remember the soundtrack. Yeah, yes, because my brother, who was in the other room, just said he played it to death every day.
I didn't play it to death every day.
A lot, then.
I played it to death enough.
Enough where I know the lyrics to every song.
Wow.
I know the lyrics to that whole album because of my brother right here.
Dude, come on. You can't tell me when that thing comes on, you're like, oh, that's awesome. You can't tell me that's not an awesome soundtrack. You cannot tell me Wild Wild West is not an awesome soundtrack.
Let's take a quick listen.
We don't have a quick listen. I don't even have the album anymore.
Well, someone has it somewhere.
Somebody has it somewhere. But nobody has the album. Speaking of which, do you even remember that movie?
Let's see. Will Smith was naked in the beginning. That sucked.
He had his balls hanging out.
I know. They had
the whole movie. That's what I remember. The whole movie started off like a porno. That's how I remember the movie.
And we're stuck with Will Smith.
Holy crap!
Starring Will Smith.
Starring Will Smith. Hey, Ryan.
What's up?
Check this out. Look what I found. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Wow. Come on, Ryan. You know the words. Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't mean nada. None of this. Running this. Look at soldier. Look at what I told you. Be out of that dress when you meet Jim West. Oh, man. You can't say that's not good. You don't want to see your hands where my hip be at. Whatever. Oh, I guess that's corrupted. I'm like, oh, I guess that's corrupted.
Yeah.
Time to go steal that album again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's another thing I hate about iTunes is that half your stuff gets corrupted. And so you're sitting there like, this is going to be broken, so that's okay. But that's okay. Because it's not all bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, what's the next topic we
It's
got
for
on
the
today's
best.
list?
Next will be Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom!
Return of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Or as some people say, Return of the Furry!
Or the Death of the Hedgehog.
Death of the Hedgehog. That's pretty grim, actually.
No, to be fair, you cannot blame Sega after the recent years, where even the whole gaming community universally acknowledges Sonic's downhill. This will not kill it. They're just giving a new direction to the fresh franchise.
Well, first off, people, let's explain what this is all about. Basically, Sega has eyed the new development of the Sonic series, and basically that means there's going to be a redesign of characters, redesign of wow. I couldn't even say the word cast. Couldn't even say it, man. All I'm looking at right now is Sonic has his legs all bandaged up, and he's got a bandana or a scarf or whatever the hell that is. All I know is Knuckles is on steroids.
I mean, look at him. Show a picture of him.
Yeah, we'll put the picture up. See, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there it is. There's the picture.
Every day is upper body day.
Sonic may have leg day, but I never miss arm day. So, I would like to read to you guys the article. Now, this is off of Polygon.com, talking about Sonic Boom for the Wii U and 3DS. And basically, what has happened is Nintendo has basically bought up Sega on the Sonic franchise, and that means for all you PS1, sorry, wow, I was going to say
PlayStation and Microsoft fans.
Wow, I'm so tired today. For all you Xbox One and PlayStation 4 owners, you won't be getting the game.
There's rumor that there might be a Sega team is making still more Sonic games based on the original looks that we know and love.
But as far as this redesign look, that all belongs to Nintendo.
Yes, that's coming to Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Wii U 2014 holiday season.
Here we go. It says, the next Sonic the Hedgehog game, Sonic Boom for the Wii U and 3DS, will be developed by a pair of Western studios, Sega announced today, and delivers a fresh approach that will be once both familiar and new for Sonic and his friends, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. Now, the Wii U and 3DS games are based on Sonic Boom, a new franchise in the universe that will extend into a television, gaming, merchandise, and more. Cha-ching! Sega of America. Sega of America's senior director for marketing, Marshall Churchill, said the new take on Sonic won't replace modern Sonic, but will take the franchise into the next level. Sonic Boom is the third title of the Sega's exclusive deal with Nintendo and promises to take advantage of the Wii U and 3DS hardware. In addition to features of the Sonic the Hedgehog's traditional sense of speed, Sonic Boom will also introduce a new... Now, I can't pronounce that word. Interbeam? Inerbeam.
Yeah, one second. Let Ryan deliver it to help you out. Where?
This word, what the hell is that?
Interbeam mechanic.
That it's spelled E-N-E-R. Okay.
Okay, it's sort of energy. It's like energy beam.
Nobody who speaks English or barely speaks English is going to be able to say that.
In other words, someone who is developing it had a bright idea, and they call it that, and they just stuck with it.
People, I'm going to put the word up there. You tell me if you can pronounce that. But you're cheating because Ryan just pronounced it.
Because you have to rhyme with energy. Enerbeam.
Anyway, so the mechanic that allows players to explore the game's unique world in ways. Unique world in different ways. And it's got a nice trailer up there for it. Let's see. It's being developed by a team in Los Angeles, Big Red Button, and will be focused on combat and exploration. It's actually interesting. It's using the Crysis 3 engine.
Everyone uses Crysis 3.
It looks beautiful, actually. I gotta admit. I mean, I'm looking at the pictures here. I ain't gonna front. It looks like Sonic Heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it's like co-op. Right?
Oh my God! Please tell me this isn't real. Tell me this isn't real.
I'll play the game for you.
Please play the game for me because I don't think I'll ever get around to it.
Actually, I need someone to help me out with that. So, how about you co-op with me?
I don't want to co-op.
Yes, co-op.
No.
It's 2-player.
You can't make me.
It's designed for.
It doesn't matter. You can't make me get on that game. I will not do it.
Next time on Turtle Limit, Blake plays Sonic Boom.
No. No.
Sonic Boom,
Sonic boom, Sonic boom, gotta get you going. Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom. Dude, that soundtrack is absolutely cool, man.
Yeah, I think fans remixed it when that came out with the trailer. Actually, you just see the animation trailer. I mean, the show trailer.
Yeah.
It actually looks interesting because it's unlike Sonic X. It's not like comedy focused. It's like an action show.
Sonic X was a joke.
Let me break it down with Sonic X. It's basically 4 minutes of Sonic saving the day. And what are you doing?
I'm playing some Sonic music while you explain to the ladies and gentlemen what's going on.
Turn it down, dude. Can't hear my thoughts. It's overriding me. Thank you.
I don't want to hear the whole premise of what Sonic show is all Sonic X is all about.
Yes, and there's like after so it's 4 minutes of Sonic saving the day, and then the rest of the time they cut in between that to show all the other minor characters going shopping, baking cookies, trying to get out of a ticket, trying to get a ticket, or something. It's just a bunch of side stories in between. It has no. There's too many side characters. There's too many side. I mean, seriously, you don't even know these people's names sometimes. That aren't their side characters.
I'm playing the song for Lionel. Shut up. You look so irritated right now. You look just so irritated with me.
See, this is why I don't do podcasts, because I get cut off by my own brother.
I'm not cutting you off.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
Anyway, back to Sonic. So, it's justifiable, this series. We need something new. Heck, Eggman hasn't. No one's changed their look since Sonic Adventure. That's been.
Don't say Eggman. His name is Dr. Robotnik.
Sorry, bro. Even in the trailer of the new show, he called himself Eggman. But at least Sonic makes fun of him like that, like Eggman or something like that. But actually, aside from that, Sonic actually had some really good banter. I recommend you check it out later.
No.
I recommend it.
No. I mean,
No,
you can recommend it. You can recommend it to everybody else, but I'm not watching it.
Conform.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so Sonic is going to be brand new. Going to be redesigned. I don't think it's a bad idea. It's practically a good idea. It's for it to be something,
Ron Mobius.
different. And why does Dad always take a picture of me, like, doing nothing?
Hey, your personal business after this.
I don't know, man. I was just looking at I was bored. I was looking at Facebook.
Yeah. We don't do Facebook.
Yes, we do. Nobody's supposed to know. I'm just kidding.
You want stalkers to come find you?
Yeah, they ain't gonna find me. If anybody's got the time of the day to go look for me, they have really got no time on their hands.
Kudos to them.
No, congratulations. I don't know anybody who's wasted more time. You should have just built, a whole universe out of Legos.
There's people who've done that.
I'm pretty sure there's people that died in their basement building Lego towers and cities and be like, I don't know how to get out of here.
Or they don't want to leave because it's so beautiful. Majestic, perfect creation. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It is. Hey, let me show you a picture real quick. And,
there's a billion Flappy Bird clones coming out ever since I left the market.
they still doing it? She's still around? Like, did you know that? Yeah, I know. That was weird, huh?
Yeah.
Without saying too much, people, I'm once again just looking through my Facebook wall. You know how people get when they talk and they're like, let me just text Facebook real quick.
So yeah, back to Sonic.
Anyway.
Hopefully they'll bring back Sally. That's what I'm hoping for. Because they said they'll bring back some other old characters, but may introduce new ones for the Sonic Boom.
That's interesting.
But they didn't say anything about that. Those 4 are the main characters, though.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at something else that's also interesting as well. On PokeLogic, it's asked, which remake do you want to play? A 3DS version of Ruby and Sapphire, or Pokemon Snap 2 for 3DS?
I'd rather see a Wii U version of the Ruby and Sapphire remake. That would kill 3 birds in one stone.
That would be interesting.
It would, 1, the Ruby and Sapphire games will be remade.
Mm-hmm.
2, a console Pokemon RPG. And 3, full satisfaction of the fandoms, so we can all move on.
That's it.
Those matter because the big ones, because fan satisfaction, Pokemon fans are very, very touchy. They complain about the X and Y games not being out yet, even though we had the set date since day one. They complained when the game was quote unquote easy, when they beat it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Even though it was like peace on earth for 1 day.
Peace on earth.
And then they complained endlessly when Pokebank was delayed. So
Yeah.
now we're in peace period again, and we're just waiting for the next thing for them to complain about.
What I would like to complain about is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, the Collector's Edition.
Let's talk about Final Fantasy.
No, let's not talk about Final Fantasy. What's the next topic?
Square Enix.
Oh my god, was it really that was the next topic?
That was the last topic.
That was the last topic? Oh my god, then I guess I hit it right on the head.
Square Enix. Where to begin with that?
Let's begin back when it was actually good.
Okay, the game was called Final Fantasy IV.
A
Now,
long time ago, there was a game called Dragon's Quest. Dragon's Quest dominated the RPG world with its unique story branding and its unique music and its awesome gameplay.
yeah.
Then a little video game makers in Japan came out and made Final Fantasy.
That's a different studio.
It was done by Squaresoft.
Yes.
Squaresoft began to make the Final Fantasy series based on the fact that it was the last game that they could possibly make before the company went bankrupt.
Yep.
All in all, there's been success in the Final Fantasy franchise, but as of lately, you guys are too busy trying to edit myself here.
Too busy.
Bleeping bleep 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 lightning in the bleeping bed. It's the best way I can say it. You're too busy. You're too busy licking off lightning to get off the fact. No, they are, dude. They're way too busy with the lightning love to just, stop for a minute and make a good freaking game.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely went to. They would have made 2 good Final Fantasy games right now. I mean, okay. Let's think from our perspective.
whatever happened to turn base? Why did that die?
Oh, I saw the quote for this one. I can't remember if it was Sony or Square or both. One of those two says because of high definition imagery, it would not do a turn-based RPG would not do it justice.
Dragon Quest VIII.
No, this is before high definition.
No, it doesn't matter. Dragon Quest VIII.
When Final Fantasy 13 came out, everyone was going through that HD craze.
Doesn't matter if it's HD crazy.
Anyway, that was their quote.
That's bullshit, dude. That's basically telling me. All it's telling me is that you guys made Kingdom Hearts and you found a way to get out of turn base.
Yes.
That's basically all is telling me.
Yes.
I want to just punch somebody in the face.
Yeah. How Square doesn't get threats?
I don't know. They should get all the threats that everybody sends Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, this is a story for a different day, though.
It is a story for a different day.
So let's look at the gist of it. It's Final Fantasy 13. 13 comes out. It's an action game. It's a straightforward, time-based RPG. Now, I say it's very straightforward. And you can't do... The fun part of the RPGs is going around. Finding things, exploring. That's Final Fantasy. They have so many secrets and hidden bosses there. And places you can explore, even if it's at the cost of your own life, because you might die from random encounters. Too many random encounters. Or become powerful. Now, so much can be said about the simplified version. I know they're trying to appeal to a Western audience, because many games are straightforward. But let's get it this way: you can't compete with something that you're not. I mean, that's the whole point of Final Fantasy is to play a Final Fantasy game. I mean, we don't.
What makes you think that the games these days are not Final Fantasy? Is my question to you.
Because most of them, they're action-based games. You play as usually one character at a time. And there's a set story path. Well, of course, like Final Fantasy, but those go level, cutscene, level, cutscene, cutscene, level. That's one same formula. Final Fantasy, they're usually you can usually go. To progress the story, you have to go to a certain area, but you can also like level grind or, like I said, you have a little more open freedom. It's just like because they designed this huge world for you to explore, and there's like side quests and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy also most RPGs have side quests. Final Fantasy 13 had very few side quests, and most of them were like after a halfway point in the game or farther than that.
So here's my question for you.
Yes.
Do you feel that Square Enix has gone way too Western in their RPG making?
No, because they quote unquote fix everything in Final Fantasy 13 too.
How so? Because I didn't see anything different.
In 13.2, they went back to the exploration and turn-based section,
Mm-hmm.
and also introduced the monster collection element along with in your party that most Japanese RPGs love to have.
Dragon Quest VIII.
Well, not 8, but it's like more like 7. 7 you can have like monster party members join your team.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, they quote fixed that part because you can pretty much go in different. Because there's also time traveling, so you can go different time traveling segments almost in any point of the after a certain point in the story. And plus, they have multiple endings. Like
Here's why they have a hard on for the game.
Why?
It's number 4 in sales.
Yeah, well, it was the biggest hype game. They were hyping it since the early PS3 days.
Talk about a hyped event.
That's a hyped event. But yeah, now we're in Final Fantasy 13.3, which I'm going to call it for the sake of this argument. Now, looking at the collector's edition, it's tempting. Of course, you can tell to them because they give you a watch. The game is like a Majora's Mask.
Joy! I want a watch.
No, a pocket watch.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I want a watch. How wonderful!
It says it's got statues.
I would have statues. Statues are much more cooler. Nobody can take them. A watch, somebody can be taking it and it's gone. With a statue, you know it's at least somewhat gone.
Yeah. But they're really going all out on like the costume.
Just like that Titanfall statue I'm gonna get.
Because you remember how Square published the last Tomb Raider game?
Yeah.
Okay, so this Final Fantasy has different costumes for Lightning because he's a one-woman army.
Yeah.
Because for some reason we should do that instead of Cloud being one-man army.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to look at this thing.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of costumes coming out. Some are one's based on Lara Croft's look, the recent Lara Croft look.
You mean the one that they blamed for the bad sales?
Yes, that one. They have Yuna's look from Final Fantasy. No, not Yuna. Yeah, Yuna's look from Final Fantasy X.
You mean the last great Final Fantasy game to ever come out of the gate?
Yes. Actually, we should get that. Comes out in a couple months.
We have to go buy a PS3, and I just don't have the room, the space, or even the energy to put one in here.
Yes, we will.
I mean, you can threaten me if you want, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, and also she gets a Cloud's outfit. And now, they might as well make a Cloud solo game. Like they should have done, like every fan would have wanted, that would have showed them.
See, I think if you made it like Super Mario RPG, like the gameplay,
yeah,
like Super Mario RPG, you can take turn-based into the next level.
Yeah.
If you made it where you can have a push-button counter system or a block system, you instead of please defend, please go, blah 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 blah. In other words, if you had a push-button counter and defense system, kind of like the way Penny Arcade had Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness.
Yeah.
How the first 2 episodes were that no counter system and that storytelling.
Yeah.
That storytelling right there could have worked for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
That time system where there's a timer up there that lets you know when the enemy's going to attack. You select your attack, then you go. That makes it more fast-paced. I think if Square did that, you can go ahead and, put it in there. Put it in there as a good... you basically can regenerate the franchise as a turn-based system.
Right. Like I said, it doesn't make sense that they would give that whole spotlight game just to Lightning instead of Cloud when they know they could at any point of the elements.
I don't know. It just seems like to me it could be a lot better.
I am tempted to cave in to get all 3 of these games though. honestly.
Well, to be honest with you, the HD collection of Final Fantasy X,
Yeah.
that's on my list.
Yes.
Actually, since we're talking about video games and, probably like, I guess on the subject is what I'm trying to get to because there's like an interesting theme going on here now. Is let's talk about flapping birds.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this while it's so fresh.
Yeah, I mean, like I can't believe when you told me this weekend that it disappears.
Yeah.
That it disappeared. Like it was one of those games that when I first played it, I went flap flap, and I ran right into the first pole, and I went, "This game's gonna piss me off." Done.
Yeah, I hear a lot about like a lot of people I follow on Twitter like mention this game a lot, talk about this game, play this game, going crazy. I just looked at it and say I will pass.
I don't understand. Why did he take it down though?
Okay, according to the creator, who is this, he's a small developer. He lives in Vietnam, and he's saying he took it off because the success ruined his life. And ever since it became popular, he was making a revenue of $500K a day in ad revenue, and which translates to Vietnam money, he's probably a local billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Or a trillionaire, or how they're.
Let's just put it this way. I think it was like 100. Like, what was it 150 million dong? It's like $1,000. No, 15 million dong.
Like I said, he's trillionaire.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
he's Bill Gates rich.
All right, here's from his Twitter thing. It's like, I'm sorry, Flappy Bird users. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. Let's see. So basically, it's not with the Mario themes. Which you think would be the big obvious lawsuit one.
Yeah.
Because there's Mario war pipes throughout the whole game. And
I find this interesting. Check this out.
What's that?
I was reading because I'm reading another article. It's on CNN about this.
Yeah.
It says originally it was released for the iPhone in May, but did not become a top free iPhone app until mid-January, following a surge of popularity that seemed to have kicked off in early December.
Wow.
And it says Nguyen. The guy, his name is Dong Nguyen.
Yeah.
Okay. Nguyen told Chocolate Labs that he created a game in 2 to 3 days and says he did not promote the app in any way after its release.
Right.
It says it doesn't have anything to do with legal issues. I just cannot keep it anymore. Family.
What do you think? It's family.
You know, dude. Every time you get some money, your money grubbing family comes around and says, "You know what? You owe us, bitch. You owe us everything." Your mom comes around. You know that vagina you came out of? Well, I guess you better time you pay rent for that 9 months you were there.
Wow. So it's understandable that where it can escalate, but he hasn't said what. This guy will still make games. He says.
Vietnamese people are kind of private, bro.
Yeah. But he said he'll still make games like
this fool.
Small projects.
This fool. I'm not like once again we're on world events, people. So we'll go from movies to video games to world events. So now we're kind of in world events and things like that.
Right.
But I'm just looking at this. It says Shia LaBeouf wears paper hat to red carpet. You want to know what it says on the paper bag?
What? Paper bag or paper hat?
No, it's a paper bag.
Show me.
I'm not famous anymore. Yeah, no.
Oh no, that's a statement. So I'm sorry, that's going to make you 20 times more famous.
Yeah. I'm not famous anymore. Yeah, sure, nigga. You trying to get attention now?
Yeah, I mean you can't go on. You can't be an actor and try not to be famous as part of it. That's how you get promoted.
He's not famous anymore since early January. Is the statement he's making. He has a tweet in a phrase that says, in a phrase, "I'm not famous anymore." 22 times over in the past 2 months and has not tweeted anything else beyond those words. LaBeouf's bizarre red carpet antics come just hours after he stormed out of a press conference after being asked about what it is like to star in a movie with so many sex scenes, talking about his Nymphomaniac Part 1.
Why would anyone do that project?
Because he's sex crazy? Because he had Megan Fox and he didn't have the chance to bone her.
No, it's like
for 2 movies. You know it, I know it, the American people know it. Come on. We all know Megan Fox screwed up so bad, but she needed she needed Michael Bay to resurrect her career from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which, by the way, looks really good. I think Michael Bay's Exploding Turtles movie ought to be fun.
We'll see in time. I'm waiting for a trailer to. I'm waiting for a trailer to do that.
After...
Well, it's like 1 billion Flappy Bird accounts.
Wow. Okay, I want to finish this story. Check this out.
Okay.
It says, after response, he promptly exited the room while the rest of his co-stars, Christian Slater, Stacey Martin, and Stella Skarsgård, Uma Thurman, and producer Louis Vast looked on the continued press conference. And Slater followed up LaBeouf's abrupt exit by joking about the film. Obviously, the script is packed with a lot of sardiness. One sardine is after another.
My goodness. My goodness.
God. Says the former Disney star has not kicked this year off on the right foot. In January, he's had issues and apologized for the graphic novelist of Daniel Cowles, whom he plagiarized in a short film, HowardContour.com. LaBeouf is attempting to correct this misstep by issuing an apology, which he has plagiarized from Yahoo Answers Questions, and tried to apologize by hiring a skywriter and to write a mail coup. What? Write something for all of Los Angeles to see. I know I can't spell or say words, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, later that month, the actor got spat with the comedian. Got into a spat. Who says spat?
Yeah.
I mean, when I see the word spat, all I think is shoes. Spats. I mean, like, okay, he's got into a fight with the comedian Jim Carrey after Ace Ventura star took a crack at him on this in 2014. Called Jim Carrey picking on Shia LaBeouf is like Common. It's like rapper Common taking a shot at Drake. It's just not fair or funny. It's like, leave him alone. It's like that whole Robot Chicken sketch with the guy in the UFC fight. The guy just keeps like kneeing him in the nuts, and then everybody's like stops cheering all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, ah. Leave him alone. It's like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now, let's see why Jonah Hill's in the news today.
Let's see why.
Well, apparently it's for another story. I wonder if they're going to pay him less money. Did you hear about that?
Cool.
So Jonah Hill, for the last movie, A Wolf on Wall Street, got paid way less to play the role. You want to know how less?
How less?
$62,000 versus Leonardo DiCaprio's $15 million to star in the movie.
What, they couldn't shuffle $1 million to him?
I don't know, but he was so desperate to play this that he gave up a paycheck to be in this movie. You know, actors, they make money on top of the money that they get, right?
Yeah.
So at least he's getting some money out of that. Anyway. Okay, in final news.
Okay.
Felino CB7. Do you know what that is?
Who?
Felino CB7.
No.
Felino CB7
Uh-huh.
is Canada's new answer to the sports car world.
Guy or girl?
No, it's a car.
Oh, it's a car. Oh.
It's a car.
That was a racer name.
No, you.
It sounds like a racer name.
No, you idiot. I'll put the picture up for everybody to see. But it's an interesting car to say the least. And Ryan, I want you to take a look at this. Ready, steady, go.
It's a Viper.
It's a Corvette, actually, because that's what you were about to say.
It's a Corvette Viper.
Yeah, it's a Corvette / Viper. There's no other proper way to say what this car is. I mean, there isn't. It's basically an American car.
Ambitious.
Ambitious, but rubbish.
Does it come in an economical version? Does it come in black?
Come in black. Sit down.
All right.
Anyway, so this is Canada's answer to the sports car world. And it says here, as many cars as Canada builds for Americans, its homegrown auto industry hasn't been a player on the world stage for decades. If you want a true all-Canadian car, there's some electric two-seater or the T-Rex that is a boot. That's the boot of it. Just basically what this. I hate when people use their own language in writing an article. Because it's like, speak regal English and then put some words. Stop putting some slang in there. It doesn't work. It really doesn't. Okay, it says, here's the idea from Canadian racer Antonio Bissett.
Okay.
To change that perception. The Felino CB7, a V8-powered, carbon-filled sports car with the unusual amount of aggression for its native north. Very interesting. Now, this thing, it says a GM Source, the magazine, said a Felino should produce an ample speed. It has a 6.2-liter V8 engine. That's not a straight 8, baby. That's tuned up. And it's tuned up to 525 horsepower.
That's pretty good.
And 489 torques. That's great. With a 6-speed gearbox and an unusual neo hatchback shape and styling, the Felino appears to design more for track time than street duty. Very interesting.
Huh. But track cars,
This thing's using a Corvette engine.
But the track cars are not fun outside the track.
Dude, that's the engine they use in a Maloo pickup. And those freaking those trucks over there, the Vauxhall makes in Australia.
Oh yeah, those.
That's basically that V8 engine that's powering them. This thing's gonna be fast. Now, can it turn is another thing.
Can it turn? Can it brake?
Can it brake? Can it turn? Is it going to be American or is it going to be more European?
Can it survive a bump?
My answer would be no.
See how low that thing is?
Yeah, it's pretty dang low.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's let Top Gear take a look at it.
Yeah, hopefully Top Gear UK.
UK, yeah.
Yeah, look
Top Gear UK.
I'd rather see that. Anyway, so that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the podcast.
Thank you for sticking around to the end.
If you did, here's a little special present for you. And there it is.
Okay. Wow. We're really going to do that for the people.
Yes.
Well, okay. Yes.
Etchy! No kidding.
No.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
Tune in next week as we will be doing this on a weekly basis in between our videos. And thank you once again for tuning in.
Thank you. Bye.
Unpause.